It's the 2010 OSMawards, the passive edition. This is the OSMcast. Well, it is 2011.
We are in the future.
Flying cars, robot dogs, and Mega Man.
Yes.
Well, two of those things exist.
One day he'll stop those evil bots. That guy, I know, with balls like a rhino. Oh, where? Oh, it's Mega Man. Anyway, so, hi.
Probably on the roof.
It's the OSMcast. It really hasn't changed much since last year, but now it's this year.
Oh, I have a robotic arm, though.
He does.
It's not attached to my body, but I have one.
And don't worry, other Kevin is now safely cryogenically sealed, so you'll never have to hear from him again.
Isn't his real name Stefan or something?
What?
We don't talk about other Kevin.
Oh.
Other Kevin?
Or was it...
We don't talk about other Kevin, Lee.
Somebody cloned me while I was gone.
Yes.
Current Kevin doesn't know about it.
Oh.
Did you clone a pile of rat droppings into another maze?
Okay.
So anyways, hi, I'm Basil.
I'm Lee.
I'm Moe Lover Rail.
I'm original Kevin.
And that's us.
I thought you were going to call yourself the Big Daddy.
Well, everyone knows I'm Big Daddy Basil. I mean, some things do not have to be stated.
Am I the original Kevin?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yeah, because other Kevin's cryogenically sealed.
Okay, yeah. I just paranoia settling in.
I mean, other Kevin has the goatee.
That joke fails on audio-based video. Suffice it to say, I have a goatee.
So, tonight, or today, or whenever you're listening to this, we're recording tonight, though, just for, reference. We'll be going through our first half of the 2010 OSMawards. We'll be covering what we call the passive, categories, which are everything pretty much not video games and sports.
So why are just for our viewers' sake, why is one passive and one aggressive?
One, because, it's more passive and active.
Ah.
But it sounds better if you say passive-aggressive.
Because you can sit on your butt and don't have to do anything to enjoy it.
Like,
I got you.
when you read a book, you're reading while your mind is active, your body's not. Whereas when you're playing a video game, both your mind and body are harmonious in one.
Maybe more so if you're got a Wii or Kinect.
Well, it depends on the indie games you're playing with Kinect, really.
Yeah. So,
we got a huge smorgasbord of topics to talk about for the 2010 season. It's the year of the time of the 2010. But first, I always want to remind you, we've got this website. It's called awesomecast.com. It's pretty great, and it has things that you can leave comments on for each episode, which you should totally do.
You can find it at www.hazar... No, wait, just kidding.
No, goddammit, no. Bam.
Oh!
No, it's awesomecast, OSMcast.com, where there are also links to webcomics such as Hazard's Wake and Avocado Style.
I wasn't trying to steal I totally was trying to steal the show.
it's okay.
Also, there's the email, awesomecast@gmail.com. And if you want, also, since I tend to use this a lot to probe for questions, I do have a Twitter feed, which is /thebasilfeed. And I think I'm the only person who's really active on Twitter.
I need to get active.
Yeah, I see your Twitter posts on my...
smartphone.
Yeah. I see your Twitter posts on my Gmail buzz, but I have no...
I check Twitter on
means,
occasion, like once every couple of days.
I actually have not turned that off because that's where I see most of the stuff Basil talks about.
So check me out on Twitter, and as soon as these other yahoos actually get Twitter as well,
I have.
or make use of Twitter as
Get a
well.
Data plan.
Maybe if I ever get an actual phone, but,
I'm not going to use a phone. I'm just going to use Twitter on my computer.
But anyways, there you go. There we go. And so now we shall roll straight into the Awesome Awards.
Awards!
So, shall we go from bottomless to top?
Bottomless to top.
Bottomless to top.
Bottomless to top. I was prepared for top to bottom. Okay, fine. We'll do it your way.
All right. We're doing the bottom to top. Bottom to top. Okay. Here we go. Best fan service. Lego.
Ah, shit.
Ladies versus butlers.
Why?
Because it has more fan service than anything ever has a right to have fan service. It's really horrible, though. But if you just want fan service...
Since we're admitting video games, I'll let that slide.
If you want, like, manga, there's Omari Himari, which is... I think that's what it's called. I think it's an anime, too, now that I come to think of it. But I hear the anime is actually even more fan servicey than the manga. But it's fan servicey. So that's what was my decision.
This is hard, actually. This is the one I had to think. One of the ones I'm gonna have to think most about.
Well, while the other two guys are thinking of it, I'm going to take this on a different track.
Oh.
I am going to suggest Atomin. A wonderful little manga about boys who like girly things but are man enough to admit they like girly things. And if you like girly things, boy, does it have plenty of fan service. It has tons of girly things. These fan service does not just have to be tits and ass.
No, that's not what I'm upset about. You took my manga.
You can talk about your favorite manga as well. That's fine. But mine, for as far as service goes, I'm always served with some other cute, girly thing to go, oh, that's so cute and girly.
Well,
from a Toman manga.
if we're going to expand fan service to the true definition of anything that is a service to the fans, as it should be, I have to say Super Robot Wars, Original Generation, The Inspectors. Because not an episode doesn't go by where they don't do something that's directed at the fans of the game. See what we gave you? See what we gave you right there?
See,
It's awesome.
I was
See?
sticking tits to that. Oh, well.
I honestly... Well, I can think of a couple examples, but generally shows that are heavy on that tend to turn me off more than make me watch it.
Well, me too.
It has to be masterfully woven in, and very few studios have the talent to do that anymore. Star Driver isn't bad at that, though. But that's probably going to show up somewhere else in this discussion as well.
I suppose in its own way, panty and stocking is pretty fucking fan servicey too.
It is, especially if you like poop.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
If you're into scatological interests.
Oh man, it is all up in theirs.
It's about poop.
Or like semen, Battle at Normandy. That's
or inflation.
Or very loose women that have sex all the time.
It's true.
Yeah.
Or bondage.
Bondage and or sweets if you like cake and such. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brad. What moe bullshit do you have for us for this category?
Best fan service. I'm going to have to pick the second season of Sekide. Because we all wish we were Sahashi Minato.
I probably have to see the show first to have an opinion.
Yeah, give us a synopsis of the show.
Okay. These fighters come down like in a spaceship or whatever. And nobody knows their origins are mysterious, but most of them tend to be women who are really well endowed.
Mm-hmm.
And they each have an ashikabi, which is basically like the guy or girl that they love, and the feelings between them are basically what give them the strength to fight. And this guy, Sahashi Minato, who's the main character, happens to have, by this series, I think like 6 or 7 Sekide. Most of whom are gigantically boobed women.
So this is some sort of harem shit.
Yeah, but it's good harem shit. It's got more fan service than most harems.
Does the link between them literally give them power or something? Or just figuratively?
Literally.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is pretty much all just tits and ass. I'm looking at it right now. It's this is all TNA. This is harem bullshit right here. So, anyways, moving
I
on.
was going to pick a harem.
Yeah.
That John has been dead to me
Let
since
the man
Tenchi
have
Muyo.
his pick. Let the man have his pick.
Well, we can have it. Okay. Now we're going to have, the next topic we have is late to the party, which means something that didn't quite probably happen in 2010, but you came into it in 2010 that you really liked or really left an impression on you.
Am I going first again? Wait, did you...
No, you
Do we
didn't.
have an order?
We don't have an order, but I'm going to pick an order. I'm going to pick Kevin.
Okay, actually, I got one for this one. I'm
Girlish.
good.
Girlish squeal.
Girlish squeal. Okay, yes. Excuse me. I actually have to say, although I think maybe the last one did come out in 2010, although I'm not positive, but the Percy Jackson and the Olympians novel series. I came into that literally like when the last novel came out, and they were definitely years in between, and that's really good. It's fast paced, has a lot of action. It reminds me of of pulp fantasy in a lot of ways, but it's definitely aimed at younger readers. But it wouldn't necessarily turn off adult readers, and it does Greek mythology better than really any movies do ever. But the movie sucks. The movie of it sucks. Is horribly unfaithful to the book and makes me rage every single scene of it. Like every single scene, I can literally find something wrong with the movie, and it's a shame because the books are great. Yeah, I'm good. I don't really want to go too far into it because it's something people should discover for themselves.
Well, we're not supposed to mention video games, right?
No, not for this one.
Okay. Well, then I would have to pick Shakugan no Shana.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
Because I had known who Rie Kugimiya was. She does a lot of the Lali Tsundere voices. Yeah, Zero no Tsukaima and Shakugan no Shana and Toradora, like the big three.
Yeah.
And then she does that one Nagi from Hayate the Comic Butler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the three I first mentioned are what she's, I think, most known for. And I'd seen Zero no Tsukaima a few years ago, like when it came out. I didn't see the first season when it came out. I saw the second season when it came out. But I decided to watch Shakugan no Shana for the first time this year. I watched the entire first season. I haven't gotten to like the second season of the OAVs yet.
There's also a movie.
There's a movie as well. But I finally decided to start watching it because I like Toradora so much. Shakugan no Shana really surprised me because it was actually very hard to get past the first 4 or 5 episodes, and it turns out I'm not the only one who thinks like that because I asked 2 or 3 of my friends that same question, and they said the same thing when they watched it, because it is so dreary and gloomy, and you realize like the main guy character is basically dead, and then like some plot gets revealed come episode 5, and it starts picking up pace, but it has this seriousness that Zero no Tsukaima does not have, along with like all the comedic moments and everything like that. But it has this seriousness to its plot that it's just unmatched by any series that she has played a prominent role in, and by any series that JC Staff has done until Bakuman, if you ask me. So as far as something that's not centered on romance is concerned, so
Shauna was decent. I like Shauna. I didn't. The stuff of the second season I didn't like, but you haven't gone into that.
that's why I'm afraid to watch the second season.
But yeah, it was okay.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Mine that I was late to the party on is Princess Tutu, which is a whimsical, crack-filled, crazy...
Yeah.
What would you call... What was the word I'm thinking of?
Surreal?
Surreal. I'm trying to think of the word, fairy tale. Yeah, that's it.
I was also going with solipsist, but that was...
But it's literally about a story that some guy was writing, and then he died, and he's coming back to the grave to finish it. But more correctly, it's about this girl, Duck. What's her actual Japanese
Ahiru,
name?
which means duck.
I like that a lot better, though. I like
Yeah.
the name a lot better. Who's into ballet and really likes this guy, and now must become Princess Tutu to set things right, but the world is completely crazy. And
She saves people with ballet.
Yeah.
And it's the most badass way you could... It's more badass than you can actually imagine.
Yes. I'm not going to say any more about it, just that it's really great, and you should check it out if you haven't.
It's true.
Yeah.
Mine's also going to be a novel series. The Honorverse.
The
novel
Honor Harrington series?
Yeah, the Honor Harrington series. It's referred to as the Honorverse, apparently. That's what the...
okay.
That's what the geeks and nerds call it, as the overall encompassing thing. But it's a series by David Weber. It's science fiction, space opera stuff.
Awesome.
And it's sort of... A lot of people compare it to Horatio Hornblower from C.S. Forester. However, Eric will vehemently deny it. And unfortunately, I have not read any of the Hornblower stuff recently enough to say he's wrong. Nor has he read any Honorverse stuff to say that I'm wrong. So I'm going to put the connection out there anyways, and oh well.
It's very much British Navy in, like, it's full on imperialist days, isn't it? Or in space?
Yes. It's not so much, well, yeah, they're imperialists, but they're not actually out there to obtain other land. They're pretty comfortable where they are, but it is very much based off the British Empire.
Yeah, or maybe comparing it to maybe like Master and Commander in space. Or
yeah.
It's that kind of style. I'm kind of extrapolating. I haven't read it. I'm actually really interested in it from what Basil told me.
The gist is that Honor Harrington, she is this captain of whatever ship she's currently, captain of. She changes ships each book because she tends to get them blown up. And she gets thrown into these crazy situations at which she has to out badass. And she does. Inevitably, no matter what gets thrown her way, and she might get her shit wrecked, or someone close to her might die, or she won't come out unscathed at all. Like, they've blown her to bits and pieces and stitched her back up together for the next book. But no matter what happens to her, she sucks it up and then literally just does some awesome, crazy, badass thing and saves the day. And it's really neat on how they throw it. First they do is they throw her into this station that is the most mismanaged thing in the world, and she has to, insert actual authority and law to actually make it run the way it's supposed to. The second book she is thrown into it's a far-off colony. It's sort of like the Puritans on steroids, where
That's frightening.
It's one of the first colonists to leave old Earth, to colonize a new planet, and they went there, and they were all very much, it was a male-dominated society. And when they got there, they found out after they had landed, they couldn't leave, it was, the soil had lots of heavy metal content. And so they had a real rough way of surviving. And they did until they became a spacefaring people all over again. But the male-dominated society stayed in place. Like, women were not allowed to, have real jobs or serve in the military or be important.
Certainly not be any kind of space captain.
No. And then she has to go, organize a treaty between her kingdom and this planet.
I'm sure that goes off without a hitch.
Oh, it's neat. But she out badasses bigotry and sexism.
Awesome.
Well, I would hope
with
so.
badassery, and it just keeps going. It's good stuff. It's a wonderful little series of books. If you like science fiction type stuff, you should read it. It's good.
Pants.
No, not pants. It's books.
Oh, okay.
Books.
Books.
But speaking of someone being a badass, we're now to the biggest badass category.
Biggest badass.
I'm going to go with Honor Harrington.
That's just out of left field. That's ooh, this is actually a hard one for biggest badass, which I really.
Kevin's thinking. Brad, go.
I'm still thinking as well.
Brad, you suck. Lee, go.
Asuka Masamune is tied with me with his girlfriend Rio. They are both the biggest badasses ever.
From what series?
Tobin.
And why are they badasses?
One's a badass because everyone thinks he's supposed to be a badass, so he's a badass, but he's actually all girly and feminine. But he never lets anyone know that he's so badass and feminine and girly. And then...
So he's badass at being badass, but he's also badass at being girly.
Yes.
That's pretty
Excellent.
badass.
It being really badassedly girly. Like, he can go in and sew you a great outfit.
Yeah, he'll girly your shit up. You're like, fuck, I am all goddamn girly, and I feel wonderful. And he's like, yes.
I love his rival who is supposed to be a badass kendo dude too, but he really does makeup and I can make a woman look beautiful. We can't tell anybody because I'm badass. But Asuka's girlfriend Rio is really, really badass, in a manly badass way. Because of course, if you have a main character guy that's really girly, you must have a main character girl who's really manly badass.
Okay.
She's also really cute.
Well, I would hope so. Okay, there are kind of a couple ones that are close, warring in my head, but I'm going to go with Shotaro Hidari, arguably the main character from Kamen Rider Double, the hard-boiled detective. Well, he really wishes he was a hard-boiled detective. His friends are a little too goofy for him to actually pull it off, but he is badass. He totally takes out the final boss, untransformed, with nothing but a fedora.
Wow.
Nice.
The fedora of awesome badassness. It really is, actually.
Did he steal it from Indiana Jones?
No, but he got it from his boss, who was pretty much Japanese Indiana Jones, but a private eye.
Awesome.
Okay, he's more like a Japanese...
Dick Tracy?
Yeah, I was trying to think of...
Or the guy from Crystal Triangle?
I was trying to think of the... I was trying to think of the one like a Raymond Chandler detective hero, but I'm blanking.
This fedora allows you to pull powers out of your ass.
Whatever you need to.
Now you're the Animal God King who can shoot Animal God Blast.
And kill God, who happens to turn out to be Caterpie.
Yes.
And that's kind of how it goes, yeah. No, it doesn't, but it's no less bizarrely awesome.
Brad.
Wait, it doesn't have to be from an anime, right?
No.
No.
Anything that pretty
Well,
much movie, books,
I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, Hit Girl.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
a good one.
Yeah.
That was one.
I mean, come on, a 12-year-old girl avenging her father's death? That's just...
That's badass.
And that whole... The last 20, 30 minutes of that movie made
Yeah.
the movie.
Pretty much.
That was just...
Yeah.
I don't see how it's a contest here.
It's good that someone else said that, because that was one of the ones I was thinking about.
And it's good that I was the one who said that, and I went after you guys, so now your answers look that much better.
It's okay. One of y'all had to choose the little girl. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, she was so badass, the movie might as well starred her.
It should have started. No. But we may hear yet more about this movie under some of the other categories.
It's true. But probably not this category. The most disappointing.
Oh. I had a good one that would have involved video games, but we decided we weren't doing that this one. This
I
year...
know what I'm going to do.
Then Lee, disappoint the crap out of us.
I'm going to go for the same one of the ones I use for fan services, which is Ladies versus Butlers, because, me being an idiot, going into a heavy fan service show hoping for a good romance was the smartest thing ever. Well, it had a cute tsundere girl who was cute and hot, but of course, it's one of those that doesn't actually go anywhere, so if you put all that time into the whole series, there are a lot of interesting characters, there are a lot of interesting angles to romance they could have gone with, like, for example, the main dude is rooming with a cross-dressing chick, and that's a really awesome plot point, except they don't do anything with it, so the whole thing is a big disappointment.
Can you call something most disappointing if you expected it to be bad and it was bad? You really can't. I'm sorry, I'm working out mine out loud, unfortunately.
I think you can, actually, because I've got mine.
We'll count
mine
that.
Would have to be K-On! Season 2. The reason for that is, I saw the first season, and you either really like it or you really hate it. I mean, it is moe, but at least the plot was progressing over the course of 12 or 13 episodes that made the first season. And then K-On! Gets a second season this year. And it's twice as long, and it only goes half as far as the first season. I think it only covers their last full year in high school. And 90% of the episodes basically cover stupid crap like buying a turtle with money or something like that, running in some sort of school-sponsored marathon. I mean, the whole idea was that when the first season ended, I expected, okay, if it's going to get a second season, they're eventually going to get through high school and they're going to achieve their goal of playing at Budokan. Because That's what I expected the second season to end at. But then I get about 7 or 8 episodes into the second season. It's clear they're going nowhere. They're just basically making this show for fan service so that they can sell more merchandise.
Welcome to season 1!
Yeah,
Welcome to season 1!
Well, I'll give them some credit. It was season 1.5 because they did manage to graduate and do something with their lives, you know. But
did they play any music?
Did they play any music?
It's hilarious because there are actually more insert songs and image songs that they put on soundtracks from this season, but they spent less time on stage this season than they did the first season. Even
Which
though
was
the season
twice?
was twice as long. Yeah, it was just the first season they were on stage like two or 3 times.
Twice.
Actually, I think it was 3 times.
Give them 3 times.
This season it was, I think, only like once or twice. I don't remember. Maybe it was because they got on stage the same number of times, but the season was twice as long. But anyway, total disappointment. I'm actually expecting a 3rd season called K on You, and that's going to be 48 episodes of pure crap, and I'm talking are going to love it.
It's going to be 50 episodes long.
Actually, it's going to be just them. They're going to say, would you like to sleep in the same bed as me? And it's going to show them sleeping.
It's going to be 50 episodes. It
No,
covers.
it's just going to show. It's actually they're going to turn the camera around. They're just going to watch all the Japanese taku fapping to it as they
That
watch
would be the
it.
best ending ever. Okay, Japanese animation studios. Just a word of advice: if you make a show where the premise is you have 4 cute girls who get together to form a band, they need to play music.
They need to play goddamn music.
Kiwani, you disappointed me this
I
year.
would
but that's
watch the
probably
show.
because you were so busy making the awesome, Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya movie that
Yeah, maybe.
it was. That if that's the case, then I can excuse that. But that's just you spent half your production money producing something that's crap like K-On! With 2 exclamation points. You couldn't get more creative.
Can I say that there exists a 2nd season of Strike Witches? My most disappointing moments. No, seriously. And then I did say
bad plot, but it was animated better only because it was AIC, and they usually do a good job with everything.
I do have to say, and I really have to say, I had no expectations for this to begin with. Yet somehow it still managed to disappoint me with how bad it was the Last Airbender movie.
That's a good one.
That was so bad, it's not even worth making fun of.
Susie, Barry, Bonnie, and I tried. We tried to watch it. If nothing else, to watch Asif Manvi.
Mm-hmm.
Be him.
He is arguably the best part of the movie.
And he didn't, no way remotely was able to save it. Like, the first scene of him was fine, because he was all just smug and schmarmy. So it felt like he's like, I'm Manvi.
You mean senior...
I'm on the Daily Show.
You mean senior Fire Nation correspondent Asif Manvi? Yes. Like, that was the only good joke. Well, that and penis hair. If you've not seen it, you probably don't know what I'm talking about.
But the rest of the scenes with him, they actually make him act.
Yeah.
And it suddenly just becomes just as crappy as the rest of the film.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it was terrible.
That is my least favorite movie of the year. Just period. That's like,
M. Night Shyamalan, burn in hell.
How you have fallen, sir.
He wasn't that high to begin with. Anyways.
Okay.
He started falling after
Sixth Sense was sort of cool, and Unbreakable, I still stand by Unbreakable is kind of awesome. Those were obviously just flukes.
My most disappointing thing is probably an anime. Iron Man.
I couldn't make myself watch that somehow.
It wasn't that good.
I gotta hear this because I've only seen the first 3 episodes and have not been disappointed. So
it's Iron Man. Mm. It's made by Madhouse.
Mm.
Yes.
Like, I was expecting pretty much them taking the movies and turning it into anime form with a Japanese twist.
We were expecting that little teaser trailer we saw with awesome shit.
Yes, and you don't get it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Tony Stark is not nearly enough of a jerk. Like, he's more like generic Japanese hero than he is Tony Stark.
He's a Japanese jerk.
Like,
yeah, I don't think Japan gets Tony Stark.
Like, now, it is weird in that I think Daryl Trott once said it's kind of like Star Trek. The odd number episodes the even number episodes are always better. And it mostly is true. Like, the first episode was kind of meh. The second episode was like, alright, I can see this. Then, the fourth was, hey, Wolverine. Oh, that's out of nowhere. Okay. But it never really got good. I mean, it stayed competent on the even episodes, but
you can't really say it was bad, but it never really got you excited about it.
No, I just stopped watching because I just stopped caring.
Yeah.
And I was keeping up with a few, series, and it just was the one that just fell off
through the cracks.
Immediately. Nice.
I think the problem with that was that the anime was obviously made for a Japanese audience, and I think they view Iron Man and the rest of the Marvel superheroes as a little bit different than we do as Americans, and I think that translating something from Marvel into Japanese and then back into English is probably what threw you off. And I could see that it threw me off a little bit too.
The first episode, I did have to get over the fact that it was Iron Man, but everything was in Japanese.
Yeah.
And even they're saying Tony Starku. But I got used to that at once after the second episode. No, it was just more like they didn't get Iron Man as a character and as a series. They can do awesome sci-fi guy in a robot suit action. They're almost the inventors of awesome guys in robot suits action. They know how to make the kind of show that I want to watch. I've seen them make it. We just watched an episode of Dirty Pair.
Yeah.
They know how to make these kind of shows. They just didn't.
I was referring to the character development, though.
Well, still,
that's part of it.
They made Trigun, and Trigun up till the ending was pretty fun. It had pretty neat, sort of a jerky character. It was more goofy than jerky, but they were able to. They can do the kind of stuff required. They also made Hajime no Ippo.
Madhouse. It's a madhouse. No, they generally make. If nothing else, their anime is almost always gorgeous. But they tend to make good anime.
And even this one, the animation felt really jerky and stiff. It didn't feel like it was the high bar Madhouse animation I expect out of them.
Maybe they have a B team.
Maybe they have a B team that did that while their A team did High School of the Dead.
Yeah.
Which, boy...
High School of the Dead looked really good.
I like that.
I know you liked it. I didn't, but I will admit it did look really good.
Yeah,
it was animated very well. But yeah, that was my most disappointing.
So, yeah. Okay.
Next up.
Who did Hero Man, by the way?
Bones,
okay.
Yeah.
I kind of wish Bones did.
Actually, now that I mention it, Iron Man, except for the color interaction they use with the characters and the detailing on their faces, the animation actually looks more like a job done by Bones, which isn't bad. Bones is a very good company, but it's just Bones and Madhouse have two obviously different styles for animation. And I felt like Madhouse was basically outsourcing its stuff to Bones because maybe Bones signed this certain contract.
No, Bones is really good at fluid animation, and it was jerky, and it was stiff. It was the antithesis of what Bones tends to do.
Bones is awesome as a general rule.
Judging Bones from Rossifon and... The first Full Metal Alchemist, as well as Brotherhood aired earlier this year.
Well, even then, those were very fluid shows.
Very fluid animation.
Everything went from would move wonderfully. But this one it feels much more like production IG.
Really?
That everything was stiff and he had realistic faces, but they didn't move very well. And production IG usually has realistic faces, but they move really well.
Yes.
But this one it just feels like. Yeah, Madhouse subbed this out to a B or C team while they are focusing on other shows, and it just really shows.
Guy's cool.
Yeah.
In this case. Oh, okay. What else we got?
Next up, Best Female.
So many choices.
I'm going to go with Excel Browning from Super Robot Wars, The Inspector.
Why is that, Lee?
Because Excel Browning is awesome, and she shoots shit, and she's flirty, and she makes Bullet embarrassed, and she flirts with girls too, and she's awesome, and says crazy lines.
And she's the only reason humanity as we know it is not destroyed by her boyfriend.
She's just a really awesome female character. The only problem is that of course this new Super Robot Wars series has to over sexualize everything, and she was already sexualized enough. So. Oh, I'm wearing 2 layers of armor, but you can see my nipples through it. But that's one of my only.
Well, this is animated by Masami Obari, and all his stuff inexorably drifts towards porn now.
Well, that's the only real problem with it. But anyways, she's a really awesome female robot pilot. She's got a great personality and sense of humor, and she pretty much eggs on bugs and confuses her teammates, except for her boyfriend, who just sits there going, "I'm fucking serious.
Yeah.
I'm fucking serious."
Oh, this one I'm like, this is a hard one. Nah, for me. This is just in general, like, best female. Son of a monkey.
I could have a really easy one, but I won't. Honor Harrington. Like,
you can't use Honor Harrington for every answer.
Only for half of them.
Actually, I have to say, like, in the grand scheme of the universe, out of what I've seen this year, I'm actually kind of leaning towards Marita Cruz from Gundam Unicorn. Because, I don't know, she's just very stoic. She's like a very stoic badass. She's not entirely unsympathetic to the main character, yet at the same time, she is kind of an antagonist to him.
So who is she?
Well, she is one of the Ace Mobile Suit pilots of the Sleeves when Neo Zeon left over, the air quotes bad guys. She does kind of have a secret identity that's kind of I don't know, like, does anyone care?
Is this something spoiled in the first episode? Or is it all backstory?
Something gets spoiled in the third episode trailer. It is backstory, really. It's only really relevant, I guess, if you ever watch Zeta Gundam, or Gundam Double Zeta. And God knows many people never will. But,
then spoil the shit out of it.
Is that Marita Cruz is, in fact, the last of the Puru clones. Puru 12. Or Pol 12, if you're, going with the recently unveiled English romanization of her name, as according to English dub. Who was this basically an army of basically psychic loli clones, because that was the main villain's big plan. Army of psychic loli clones.
Did he have a fetish?
Well, he was originally supposed to be Char, but then they realized they were getting a movie, so they saved Char for the movie. So that should speak for itself.
Yes.
But she has actually had like a horrible life after the end of that, and has been abused and tormented, and that she has any kind of sanity left is kind of amazing. And that's actually kind of why I think she's pretty badass. That, and she had at a show filled with cool mobile suits. She's definitely like in the top 3 of cool mobile suits in the show. Yeah, I don't know. It's like no one watches this but me. Well, maybe Basil.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, it's like
I need to order the second Blu-ray, but they're so expensive.
I broke down and ordered it. It is glorious. When the unicorn launches into battle, it is glorious, both visually and musically. The show is just one of the best animated things I've ever seen in terms of just animation quality.
All right, Brad, go.
Kuroneko from Ore no Imoto.
Explain.
You get what you get with her. She I think the reason I like her so much is because as much as people like what's her name? Kirino, I can't stand her. I cannot stand Kirino. I like every episode I watch, yeah, she has her moments, but you just want to slap that bitch. And Kuroneko is like the antithesis of her. Especially like after she gets introduced in the second episode and onward, and she has this like you say, oh well, she has that cute appeal because she's a lollygoth, but besides that, she reminds me of a lollygoth version of you, Basil. She does.
You do not
She's
want...
very critical of other people's tastes of anime, and an almost how should I say this? Condescending sense, but deep down, and you see this in a later episode, she does have her soft side. She cares for her little sister. She does sort of, help out Kyosuke on more than one occasion. So she has her good side. She just likes to hide it sometimes. But her criticism of like anime, particularly that one episode where they watch Merudu in like the Kosaka's like downstairs living room. She starts going into detail about like why I can't like this anime. First reason, the opening theme is electronic music. Second, the character or whatever, it's like there's no friendship in this anime or whatever, and they try to lollify everything, and it's quite disgusting. Blah blah blah. It's like, but it just reminded me of you, and I like that's why I like her, because I like you.
Well, if there were a second
I-
season and she stands up and goes, "This is Moe Moe bullshit," then we'll watch it.
Yeah, she does that.
Maybe we should. Is this that I can't believe my sister is so
Yeah,
cute?
yeah.
Oh,
Somehow
God.
that show just turned me off by its appearance. But
So the sister is the one who's supposed to be lovable, but she's actually annoying.
Yeah.
I could buy that. But that's kind of the impression I got. But
Does he end up with his sister on that?
No.
one? No.
Well, I don't want to know, so I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
My best female of 2010, I am going to give it to another novel series. I'm going to give it to Karen Murphy from the Dresden Files by Jim
Ooh,
Butcher.
good choice. Good choice.
Yes, I agree.
She, she is constantly referred to as small but fierce. She is the police officer that always helps out, Private Detective Ace Wizard Harry Dresden on his various cases. And in the latest novel Changes, everyone goes through changes, and she starts having to have a new outlook on life in certain ways, and, she really grows as a character. But then, this past fall, Jim Butcher released a book of short stories called Side Jobs, which was a collection of a bunch of other stories in the Dresden verse that he had written, but he also included a the last one was the one called Aftermath, which focused entirely on Murphy and how she's dealing with the events that happen at the end of the book Changes. And so she's just really got a lot of, screen time, as it were, in his books lately, and she totally deserves it. She's awesome, and so that's why she is my best female character.
Well, there you go. Knowing is half the battle.
And
Joe
speaking
Joe.
of Joe's best male character, Honor Harrington.
You can't use Honor Harrington for every...
Especially if it's not a male.
She's strong enough for a man, but pH balanced for a woman.
It's true. It's true.
I don't know. Let's see. I dropped biggest... I'm not going to use the same guy I used for biggest badass.
Who did I use for biggest badass? I've forgotten already.
Main guy from Atoman.
Oh yeah, I did. Didn't
All right. Well, everyone else is thinking and killing and carrying dead time. I'm going to use Takeshi Tatsumi from Giant Killing. Giant Killing, the wonderful little soccer anime and manga that was the anime finished up this year.
Wow.
And Tatsumi is kind of the soccer coach equivalent of Onizuka, of the Great Teacher variety, where he constantly decides they'll go, all right, he's the coach, and he's actually the main character of this soccer
that's
show. Yeah, the coach is the main character, which is really neat. And so what tends to happen is they'll go, okay, how to beat these guys, and then he'll go, do this. And that makes no goddamn sense. He's like, I don't care, go do it. And 9 times out of 10, it works. And usually the 10th time it doesn't work is because they didn't quite, they just weren't good enough for what his crazy idea was.
Ah.
And so it's just really neat to watch him, interplay and him sort of this goofy, carefree attitude, but actually secretly lurk a super soccer genius badass mind of his that really, takes these ragtag, group of, losers into an awesome fighting team.
I haven't watched
for
that, but
soccerness.
I gotta say the opening theme to that is pretty awesome.
It's like some mix of Japanese and like some British folk
Like a-
song almost.
Yeah, it's weird. But okay, I totally got one, and really it should have been obvious, and it clicked right in my head as soon as somebody else started talking. But Takuto, the main character from Star Driver, is my favorite male character right now. He is the epitome of fabulous manliness.
Well, he is the galactic pretty boy.
He is the galactic pretty boy. To be honest, he'd probably be in a good running for biggest badass. But
What makes him so awesome, though?
well, he knows where the plot is. They tell him to stay out of that abandoned gold mine. He goes right to that abandoned gold mine. And that he's bizarrely confident in fate. He's pretty much Tamaki from Ouran High Host Club. But
But as a mecha pilot,
pilot.
without his hang-ups on Haruhi.
Correct. He's a little bit more down to earth, which makes him a little more awesome. But
which I guess without his hang-up on Haruhi kind of makes him not Tamaki.
he had that time kind of fabulous, here I am, I am awesome element to him, though. Especially when he appears to do battle with his giant robot.
Which helps it's the same voice actor as well.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt. But he is always entertaining to watch. Him and his antics, and when he's being heroic, when he's being a weird, silly goof, he's fun to watch. And he's been one of the more entertaining characters this year. He's just generally fun.
Gentlemen?
I'm going to have to stick with the same series and go with the brother, Kyosuke.
Stop you and your...
Well, he does everything for his little sister, but always takes crap for it.
All right, I'll play your porn games.
Yes, but besides that, like, the thing that stuck out to me was when Kirina's best friend found out she was reading H. Dojin's from Comiket. And Kyosuke basically, like, took the fall and said, like, tried to get them back together as friends. And then there was also the instance before that where their father found out about Kirino playing those Edo games. And he took the fall by basically saying, oh, they're mine, I love this, I love doing all this weird perverted crap or whatever. It's like... And the father's reaction was basically, who is voiced by Gendo, by the way. It's like, Baka Musuko, you stupid son, and then punches him in the face.
Because you do that.
And then he goes, it's Gendo.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Sorry.
The voice of the double driver was Gendo. From Kamen Rider Double. The voice of the transformation belt was Gendo. Sorry. He gets around.
Yeah.
The current show is one of the Jam Project singers. Is the voice of the belt.
All right, Lee, do you have a best awesome male?
Senger's Onvolt, the sword that cleaves evil.
Not Kyosuke Nambu?
He's a close second.
Okay, Senger is awesome. He is the sword that cleaves evil.
Now, what show is this?
The same one that Excel is from.
Super Robot Wars, Original Generation, The Inspectors.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a man that pilots a mecha that has a big sword that cuts things in half.
I can agree with this statement. That sounds pretty awesome, pretty badass. I mean,
he is.
Sounds pretty great.
And he goes, I am the sword that cleaves evil and then cuts you in half.
Yeah.
Pretty much they have this armored fortress underground in Africa. It's like, it's impenetrable, nothing could break it. And then you have Senger's Onvolt fighting this guy, I won't go into his origins, called, what's his name?
Ymir?
Yeah, Ymir.
Ymir Woden?
And they, like, break...
Or Woden Ymir.
Break the whole place because they're so badass.
It's kind of his evil counterpart in the show. It's his rival.
I didn't want to go into detail.
It's his rival character. They're very similar in a lot of ways. Except he's evil.
Well, the only problem with Senger's Onvolt is he can't really be a main character because he's too awesome and he would break everything.
Actually is one of the main characters selectable in Super Robot Wars Alpha 2.
Well, that's
But he is relegated to a supporting character role in the final game, no matter who you pick.
Because he's just too awesome to be the main character, so normally they have to go, hey, you need to go off and do things over here so that other people can actually have a chance to shine.
He honestly does tend to overshadow the rest of the cast when he's on stage.
He's also a very large ham,
yes.
If you haven't noticed from me saying all this. He's like,
yeah, he's pretty
roar, I will choose how to kind of cut things.
Yeah, that's what he does.
And now...
Honor Harrington?
Yes, well...
The best Honor Harrington.
I was going to say, it's going to be at the... For this, our best passive moment of awesome. And in this case, moment of awesome is a moment when you're either watching this or reading this or what have you, that you're like, oh snap, shit just got real. Wow, that was awesome.
So you're saying it's a moment of awesome.
That's right. Yeah. It is a moment of awesome.
I actually have an interesting one for this.
And pretty much every time, about 3/4 of the way through any Honor Harrington book, will qualify. But no, what I'm going to choose is in the last episode of Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt, when they accidentally shoot the sky and what happens afterwards. And I'll leave it at that.
I have an interesting one because it doesn't really involve anime, manga, video games. It's actually a piece of news, but I did find it just tooling about the internet. And that is the U.S. Navy having a fully functioning railgun they test fired and seeing the video of that. That was pretty badass. That was awesome. It does have a rather spectacular electric discharge, but it's awesome.
My moment of awesome happened several times, many times during the Scott Pilgrim movie. There's all sorts of awesome flashing lights, and special effects, and fight scenes, and video game references hit me so hard that I saw colors and smelled sound and shit.
And then discovered afterwards there's a movie behind all of that.
Yeah.
So it's like, BAM!
Maybe Scott Pilgrim counts, although not. It's one of the few good movies that had a good video game license, but maybe we'll get into that next time.
But yeah, I'm going to say all of Scott Pilgrim.
I'm going to have to think of my moment of awesome. I was watching anime in this one episode of High School of the Dead, where...
Don't raise your eyebrow, Basil. It's an okay show.
Where Madhouse did whatever it was, just some awesome animation effects of, I think it was the main, who was the guy that was the gun nut or whatever,
the gun
the fat
nut
guy.
The fat guy, otaku gun nut.
The fat otaku, what's his name?
I don't remember his name, even though he's probably the most awesome character in the show.
But he had to kill a zombie from 50 yards away or whatever, or a certain distance. And they showed the bullet coming out in slow motion. And the Kendo girl, Sayako, I think is her name, she managed to dodge the bullet by, having it go through, around her.
That was the main character guy shooting the girl. That was the main character guy shooting the spear girl sniper rifle. And actually, that's the moment you should raise your eyebrow at, Basil. Because you can't shoot a sniper bullet between two jiggling breasts. Yeah. That's impossible.
But I think that was the Kendo girls, Psycho's jiggling breast, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, not
that actually broke me. That scene actually broke me. I thought that was going too far.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
I lost my ability to suspend disbelief when it went between her jiggling breasts. They completed a flop in between the bullet passing between them.
I don't understand how this works.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I normally put up with the fan surf in that show. Maybe even enjoyed it. Actually, for me, that scene, I could not suspend my disbelief. But fortunately, it kept being awesome after that, and it was a brief moment.
Well, we're going to take some time. We're going to take a musical interlude, take a break, and then we'll come back with our tops of various things, like best anime, best TV show, best whatever.
Best blowjob.
No, that's all off screen. Make that of as you will, and we'll be right back. everybody, and we're back.
I'm not back. Oh, wait, yeah, no.
Lee is totally back.
I'm back, or am I?
Kevin has now been replaced with other Kevin. No, he's not.
No.
Because Kevin doesn't know about other Kevin.
No, I'm confused.
And we keep it this way.
I'm confused about this. I suspect plots and conspiracies and plots within plots.
Well,
You're half right.
there's certain movies that truly plots within plots within plots within plots is only truly applicable, and that's with any movie starring Nicolas Cage. Now the trick is, as I've said before, I'm not sure on this podcast, so I'll say it now to be sure I've said it, is that Nicolas Cage movies aren't just movies starring Nicolas Cage. They're actually glimpses into Nicolas Cage's actual life. These are, in fact, actual events that Nicolas Cage has experienced, that he's only now letting us glimpse into his life.
And it makes that one movie scary. What's that one? The one where he hallucinates... what is that?
Ghost Rider? Yeah, I know, it is really creepy. But, so the question really is, what is this year's best Nicolas Cage experience?
Kick-ass?
Yes.
Kick-ass.
So, you're going to say that Nicolas Cage as Adam West, or is Adam West.
Nicolas Cage as Adam West as Batman was, that was the best Nicolas Cage.
Why was that the best Nicolas Cage?
Why?
Yes, why? I want to know.
Because it was the only movie I saw him in this year that he was any good in.
Because Adam West Nicolas Cage Batman is better than regular Batman in many ways, and a frightening...
I don't know, because he was, he was kind of that campy Silver Age superhero style, but he was also a serious vigilante.
He was not Batman. He was Big Daddy.
He was Batman.
He was Big Daddy. That's what,
Batman.
No, he was Big Daddy. No, the reason this was the best Nicolas Cage movie of the year is because Nicolas Cage managed to have a partially leading role in this movie and not ruin it.
I don't understand how Nicolas Cage has never ruined anything.
Ghost Rider?
I never saw Ghost Rider.
National Treasure.
National Treasure was awesome.
No, it wasn't.
It was Nicolas Cage, his fat Indiana Jones.
It was Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage.
Well, yes, he's always Nicolas Cage. I mean,
Nicolas Cage wasn't Nicolas Cage in this movie. He didn't detract from...
No, he was still Nicolas Cage.
Okay, I'll buy that argument, but that didn't detract from
I just wanted to breeze by
movie.
this category. We're dragging it out.
Because he was overshadowed by both Kick-Ass and Hit Girl.
If you say so. But how I'm going to disagree. I feel Nicolas Cage as a wizard in The Sorcerer's Apprentice was in fact when the man can go, I could read minds. For a fact it was followed by, because I'm Nicolas Cage and a wizard. And the entire time he's throwing fireballs and changing cars into demons and all sorts of stuff. And it's like, man, you go, Nicolas Cage, you go. You be Harry Dresden if Harry Dresden was Nicolas Cage. You are amazing at it. But all right, fine. We will.
Alrighty then.
We shall move on to best album.
No, it's Anal Bum Cover.
No.
I spent 7 years of my life trying to invent an anal bum cover. Failing to do so was my greatest regret.
All right, Lee. What's your favorite anal bum cover?
It'd probably have to be the wavy one shaped like anal beads.
Okay. Kevin, you thought, I believe earlier before we started recording, you said you had figured out an album.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't listened to that many albums, so it was pretty easy to narrow down. But I'm gonna go with the Hero Man Music Collection CD.
Okay,
which is pretty much just the soundtrack to Hero Man, with both sets of openings and endings, and all the internal music. Because Hero Man had a really good soundtrack. I mean, that's just it had a really good soundtrack.
Okay.
It was very heroic. Mostly done by Metal Heroes and Something Heroes and Metal. I don't even remember the artists, but it was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I don't listen to that many actual albums.
Do you have one, Brad?
Yes, I do. And it counts as an album because they made an album out of it. It was Sanki's Giving Day Hatsune Miku concert, which took place on March 9th. And the reason this is awesome, besides the fact that I'm a vocalotard, is that this concert has basically made news practically in half of all the countries that mean anything in the entire world. Like, every time there's a newspaper article or some online journal article posted about Miku and Vocaloid, like, she plants her flag on that country's foreign soil, and it's just absolutely fascinating to watch. I liked it. So, leave it to the Japanese to come up with something like that.
Indeed.
All right, well, I'm going to choose something that actual real people make and not computers.
Hey, that's a hot computer. Have you seen her? Her outfit is great.
Hell yeah. Lee knows what I'm talking about.
That's a great outfit, too. And it's like got all the frills. Well, not really frills, but it's never mind.
Anyways, my favorite album is going to be the latest release from Pendulum, Immersion. I feel that our wonderful DJ Inobito, our prestigious producer, will probably agree with me. This album is pretty goddamn amazing. In case you don't know, Pendulum's the most goddamn awesome drum and bass group ever. Ever. If you've ever listened to anything that dealt with MotorStorm, the PS3 racing game, they did the main track for it, Slam. And Slam is like the most... It should be like the definition of drum and bass as a song, is Slam. If you've never heard it, go YouTube it right now. Stop whatever you're doing. I don't care if you're driving. Pull over to the side of the road. You steal someone's computer and you YouTube this shit.
What if you're podcasting?
Well, we'll pause and you can go listen to it. We can pause it right now. I'll show it to you. It is awesome music.
I believe you.
All right. Anyways, this is their latest album. Came out this year in May. And it is a wonderful, wonderful album from Genesis to Encoder. Every song, it is great. In fact, if anyone listening here was at the wonderful HamaCon mini convention we had in November, in Witchcraft, I believe, was the first song played by our wonderful DJ Inobito to kick off the rave. It is good stuff. We'll probably throw some Pendulum stuff in as the music breaks for this episode.
Do it, James. Do it now. Get to the copper. It's not a tumor.
You could have said Austrian Death Machine, Lee, but you know. I've not actually heard any of their albums. I've heard of some of their songs.
And now we shall move on to a more intellectual topic. Best novel. Yes.
People read?
I know I read.
I know what have I read this year? Was anything new this year that I read?
That's my problem.
Changes, I guess.
You did read Changes.
I know that was definitely out this year.
If you need to pick a book that wasn't out this year but you read it this year, that's fine too.
Well, that's a lot of books. Well, not a lot of books. A handful of books.
Do you need some time to come
back?
I
don't know. I might still have to go with Changes, regardless.
Changes is really good. Like, Changes is mine.
Jim Butcher's, well, not counting the short stories one, the most recent Harry Dresden novel. Well, actual novel published.
Yeah, it is.
Did have some of the biggest upheavals in the main character's life. Well, yeah, that's an understatement. And it did have as much as his life got upheaved from what we were all used to, it has just as equally large arc of awesomeness in the story. There were some really out there things that happened in a very good way, in a very entertaining way, certainly.
And I'd say that actually my moment of awesome was actually one of the possibilities was when Harry Dresden took out an entire race of vampires. That's how he did it. Once it was involved, but it was amazing.
Suffice to say, there is more than one kind of vampire in the Dresden verse.
There are like 3, aren't
but now there's one less.
And how they got there was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Infinitum. Like, oh my gosh. Wow.
Jim Butcher just keeps amazing.
There's actually a Although there's a moment when there's something the villain does, and I was just forced to, where he just kind of breaks his promised word, and I'm fiendish Dr. Wu, you done fucked up now. Although he was not Dr. Wu, that's a Black Dynamite reference. But did Black Dynamite come out this year?
No, I think it was the year previous.
Damn it, that could have been my favorite movie.
Although, oh god, Black Dynamite is an awesome film. Oh my goodness, it is great.
Why have I not seen this movie yet?
I don't know. You should. Do you like blaxploitation cinema?
It can be very entertaining.
Yeah, Black Dynamite was 2009.
Yeah, Black Dynamite is both a satire of the blaxploitation genre, yet at the same time the greatest blaxploitation movie ever made.
It is very. We need to do
we will do an awesome cast of this. I keep wanting to. I know Basil wants to, and I think Eric wants to. We can probably get you to watch it pretty easy. It'll be fun.
Sounds good.
Well, y'all must be the readers of this group because I didn't read any novels this year.
That's cool.
I read some more. I was really looking for something that came out this year, though. But to be fair, I think Changes still ranks number one out of what I've read this year.
But that's okay. I've got your back covered because I did throw out onto the Twitters to ask people's opinions, and I did get one person's opinions, which is Narataki from Reverse Thieves, or she also goes by her name Kate, and she gave me some things to throw in there, and for her novel she gave me Incarceration by Catherine Fisher, which apparently is a young adult fantasy / science fiction novel about a girl, I believe, or guy, a person who is trapped in a magical prison. And based on the plot summary I glanced over on Wikipedia, it looks pretty awesome, and I think I'm actually going to try the book out now.
Called Incarceration?
Yes, or Incarceration, or...
Well, that doesn't help if I want to, Google it later.
Well, I will tell you. I will show you the name of it later.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Okay.
Cartoon of the not Japanese variety.
Ooh, I don't ever watch those. Well, that's a lie. Yeah, Symbiotic Titan. What else would it be?
It's true.
I don't know. There must be some other cartoon out there that people watch.
Well, I don't know. If it's a cartoon, James just walks in flipping us off.
Yeah.
Which is more just of an hello, less of our cartoon, really.
Yeah.
Hey! Close the fucking door when you podcast.
That's James.
Dad was mad at us. My allowance is going to get cut again.
That's true.
I don't know. Are we kind of in agreement on Symbiotic Titan? That was
I would also say Adventure Time.
Oh, Adventure Time.
Adventure Time is really, really good.
I need to see more Adventure Time.
I'm going to stand on Symbiotic
What time
Titan.
is it?
I'm going to stand on Symbiotic Titan as...
No, Symbiotic Titan is really, really, really good. I mean, I would have to... If it wasn't for that, I knew you were going to say Symbiotic Titan.
Yeah.
That allows me to be able to say Adventure Time.
Kind of this weird thing where, Gynax stole Gendy Tartakovsky's style and doing panty and stocking with garter belt, and then he stole Gynax's style and did a classic Super Robot show. Well, okay, he stole Gona Guy's style and did a classic Super Robot show.
I was about to say, not really Gynax's.
But it's kind of like, wait, they're doing... You just look at the two character design styles, and you wonder if we're looking at the right country heading.
I would like to point out that I also like to make parallels between Symbiotic Titan and Star Driver. Think about it. A trio, 2 males, 1 female.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Giant robots, high school.
High school.
Yeah, it's...
There's some kind of disturbing creatures in Symbiotic Titan.
There are.
There's some disturbing moments when you realize this is a kid's show.
Mm-hmm.
Children watch this show. And us. And...
Man, children have it good these days.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not, but...
Dude's getting killed on this show.
It's true. I mean, it's good stuff. Symbiotic Titan is...
Okay, it is kind of prime time for Cartoon Network, but still. That's, yeah. It's still Cartoon Network, not Adult Swim.
And Kate threw out Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, which is a Scooby-Doo show I haven't actually seen, but I've heard other people say really good things about it.
I've not seen this one either. But
could it be as good as a pup named Scooby-Doo, which is to me the best
nothing
Scooby-Doo?
is as good as a pup named Scooby-Doo.
Or maybe it is.
It might be. Who knows?
We'd have to watch it to find out.
Yeah, we will. Maybe we will.
13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo is good only for Vincent Price. And,
Vincent Price.
And pretty much that's it.
And for Vincent Price.
It gets a lot of negative for that one kid.
And also Vincent Price, yeah. But it had Vincent Price.
So the Vincent Price-ness really makes the price
And
go up.
when you really have that many, when you have really so many awesome things, like all we've mentioned, and Vincent Price, it's really just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has Vincent Price.
Pretty much.
Vincent Price.
Well, I
done.
don't know if Vincent Price is in a TV show, but that's our next topic.
I'm done.
TV show.
TV show, as in something involving
on
actors
television. Yes,
who
involving
are
actors
alive.
on television.
What's that TV show you showed us the other day?
Human Target?
Yeah, that's mine.
You don't watch a lot of TV, do you, Lee?
No, that's the only TV I watched all year.
So, by default, the Human Target wins.
Human Target wins.
The Human Target is pretty fun.
That was kind of awesome. Actually, because this goes back to my biggest badass, I gotta go with Kamen Rider Double. I love the Kamen Rider franchise in general, and I honestly think that's been the best Kamen Rider series I've seen so far. I mean, this show made me weep in the next to last episode over what happens to one of the main characters, and it has its moments where you're going, "Why the hell am I watching this?" But the overall show has some of the most cohesive writing in a Kamen Rider show. I can suspend my disbelief. I can believe a man can kick a monster so hard it explodes. I mean, Chuck Norris does it all the time. But
and I will point out that to Lee that Human Target aired in January of 2010.
There you go.
So I barely made it.
So you, in fact, probably will have the one show that actually premiered and actually is aired in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
So you chose the most 2010 of shows we probably will be talking about.
Well,
that qualifies.
It's just aired in 2010.
Did it premiere in 2010?
Wait. Yes.
No.
Maybe. Hell if I know.
Well,
actually, yeah, I actually think it did.
It was airing in 2010.
Well,
I actually would normally have a better answer for this, but I'm stopping and thinking, and I'm like, because the show before it ran a short number of episodes, and that threw off the way the episodes ran, and I can't really remember. I know it was airing in 2010. And
I really did. As long as it aired, I really didn't care. I was just messing with you, Kevin.
I'm actually not sure anymore.
I didn't mean for you to go.
You've insulted my honor, sir. I must kick you so hard you explode.
Anyways, Human Target's about a guy named Christopher Chance, who's like the super awesome bodyguard guy, who no matter how dangerous it is, he'll be your bodyguard and he will solve your problems, usually with awesome violent force.
His boss worries that he has a death wish.
It's true.
Because he puts himself in front of a lot of shit.
Like he's a human target.
It's actually a heavily, heavily modified version of an old DC comic.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have one, Brad?
I'm not a TV person.
And that comic was Booster Gold. No, it isn't.
I'd rather give the Facebook audience or the Twitter audience a chance. So.
Then back to Kate with House MD.
Well, that's House MD, of course.
House is always good.
House. Okay, actually, the episodes I've seen have been pretty good. I just hate medical dramas.
Me too, but I still like House. It's weird.
My grand dream that they'll make sort of the Blackjack equivalent of like Dark Knight Returns, so they can have Hugh Laurie star as Blackjack.
Isn't all of Blackjack kind of roughly the tone of Dark Knight Returns?
I know it's a bit light. Sometimes not. But mine is going to be the TV series Eureka that airs on the Sci-Fi Channel. It is about a sheriff called Jack Carter who wanders into this town called Eureka. Well, it secretly is. It's a town that you only can get into if you know that it's there, more or less. It's out in Timbuktu in these really wooded areas. It's kind of like Silent Hill, only instead of being creepy, it is the home to every super scientist ever.
Wow.
And so each episode deals with some sort of crazy super science problem that all these mad scientists, because it's an entire town of nothing but mad scientists. And he has to use his, hunky-dory, homegrown logic to save the day. As, particle accelerators, go crazy and random stuff will happen.
How far out is it as far as its sci-fi-ness? I mean, does it go into things like time travel or anything?
Yes, it does.
Awesome.
Like, it has some sort of goofy, crazy science fiction idea they probably have thrown in there for an episode.
Okay, that's awesome. That rules. That's what I was wondering about.
So it's pretty great, Now, on to movies.
There were movies in 2000?
There were movies in 2000. You just talked about Kick-Ass just a moment ago. You shut up.
There's a movie called Kick-Ass? Was Nicolas Cage in that?
Yes.
Nicolas Cage exists? I thought he was a myth to scare children.
Well, he is that too. Nicolas Cage is everything. Nicolas Cage is all.
My favorite movie for this year was Scott World versus the Pilgrim. I mean, Scott...
That intentional.
Scott Kick-Ass versus the Shutter Island.
Those were the only two movies worth seeing.
Kick-Ass and
Well,
Scott
I mean,
Pilgrim?
those are the only two movies I left from the theater thinking, my God, I have to go see that movie again.
Well,
Then I guess Iron Man 2.
yeah,
Was How to Train Your Dragon this year?
yes, I'm pretty sure.
Since Lee already said Scott Pilgrim, which
Well,
was...
no, you can go for Scott Pilgrim, I'll use Shutter Island.
well, I was going to give you
stick
Scott
with
Pilgrim.
Kick-Ass.
I didn't give you Scott Pilgrim because I really kind of... Scott Pilgrim and How to Train Your Dragon were the two movies that after I saw them, I was like, when does the Blu-ray come out? When does the Blu-ray come out? When does the Blu-ray come out?
Or actually, How to Train Your Dragon may have been the end of last year, now that I think of it.
Well, either way. And then it would be Scott Pilgrim. But,
What's the verdict, Basil?
Yeah, the internet's being wonky. So I'm just going to go with the Christopher Nolan film Inception.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah.
Like, it was a really...
I've not seen that.
It is awesome.
I don't know why I haven't seen it, but I've not seen that.
It is a bunch about people who delve into dreams.
I basically know what it's about, and it even sounds interesting to me. I just, for some reason, haven't seen it.
Like, as soon as... It was the movie that I left, immediately went home and ordered Beautiful Dreamer from the Earth Sayatsura movie. It's because I had to have it, just because I realized I didn't, and I wanted to watch more crazy dream stuff, and like Paprika. And,
Is it similar to that? I mean, is it similar to Beautiful Dreamer?
yeah,
Kind of.
in ways.
I don't know,
In ways.
because, I don't know, it's sort of, that's actually my favorite Urusei Yatsura movie, but,
Pretty much, the idea is that they have to inspire an idea, a thought to someone's person by delving into their dreams, and that's really hard. And in order to do so, you have to create special conditions, requires lots of rules. And how they interact with the dream world, it requires lots of rules in the first place. And then suddenly it feels like out of nowhere the rules start being broken, even though they haven't been. And then the ending does the classic thing where like you're not sure what's real and what's fake and what's a dream, what's reality. But it does a really good job of it. It's a really, really good ride, as it were.
Did anybody here see either Splice or The Last Exorcism?
Splice, all I got is from a little bit in a sort of an unrelated view of the nostalgia chick that one of the rules of mad science should be don't stick your dick in it. Last Exorcism, I actually kind of want to see. Mostly due to the Spoonie Experiment review, where you went into it expecting to hate it and actually ended up loving the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That made me go, I wouldn't normally watch that kind of movie either, but...
I heard... Oh, what about Paranormal Activity 2? Nah, I'm not going to go
No,
into
I'll
that.
tell you what was an awesome movie. Red.
Red was pretty good.
Yes.
It was Bruce Willis as an
Oh,
old
the retired ones, yeah.
Retired and Extremely Dangerous, I think is what it stands
Yeah.
for. Red was an awesome movie.
I would also accept the duo of Jeff Bridges movies, Tron Legacy or True Grit.
True Grit.
Those
True
are
Grit
both
was
all.
pretty good.
Those both are really good.
I still haven't seen it, but I hear
But
it's awesome.
Helen Stadfeld, I think that's her name. Like she was, or Hallie or whatever Stadfeld, the new girl.
She was the
She
main
was
character.
she was the main character of that movie.
Well,
Even though
she
her
was.
Name was on her name wasn't on the poster or whatever.
She got
It was-
robbed.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I feel in the original she was still the main character, but in the original movie. But the new movie, from what I've heard, is based more on the novel, and that's definitely true of the novel. She is the main character.
Well, it's hard to remake an old John Wayne movie.
Yeah,
And they managed to do
comparisons are inevitable,
But-
and
and
it's
they
hard to
managed to
stand.
do it.
Yeah, it's hard to stand in the shadow of
They
John
managed to do
Wayne.
it.
It's hard to stand. That actually is my favorite John Wayne movie, and I don't really like westerns. Like that and Outlaw Josie Wales are the only two westerns I really like. That's So I'm actually looking forward to True Grit on video. I have not seen it yet. I'm looking forward to the new one on video. So yeah,
All right, now we're out to the biggins.
begin.
Best manga.
I don't read manga. Have
Manga.
I read any new manga this year?
I'm gonna say Otomen.
Toman's good. Toman's good.
Oh yeah, we said Scott Pilgrim counts. That's all I got. The Scott Pilgrim manga.
All right, yeah, manga or comic. We'll take
Yeah.
comics.
Well, I'm gonna say Otomen. I've already talked about it. Girly guy and manly girl, and it's you have to be tolerant of the premise. If you think that reading something about men who are girly is like the stupidest thing ever, then you're not gonna like it. But if you can get into it, it's got some of the best characters ever, and it's a lot of fun.
I know a manga you read, Kevin.
Did I?
Moto Hagio's A Drunken Dream.
Actually, I haven't yet.
I loaded.
I know. I haven't even opened that up.
It's good.
I know. I love Moto Hagio. They Were 11 is like one of my favorite manga
It's
ever.
a bunch of wonderful short stories in manga form.
I'm ashamed to admit I have not actually read it. I really do got to go with Scott Pilgrim. The last volume did come out in 2010. It's better than the movie, and I love the movie.
My best manga probably is I would have to say Cross Game, but I talked about Cross Game in a previous podcast to very long extents with Drew from Akiba Renditions and the wonderful Reverse Thieves, which, by the way, Reverse Thieves are also my favorite anime blog of 2010. Like, I hadn't been paying attention to anime blogs, and now I do pay attention to theirs. I need probably to pay attention to more of them, but so far, they're the ones that have cut the mustard to keep my attention.
Props to you guys.
So, I'm going to go with Ayako from Osamu Tezuka, that Vertical released this year.
Ooh, what's it about?
It's about it's actually about a family. This is right after post-World War II Japan. It deals with some of the weird incidents that occurred with the administration. Mm-hmm. But it deals with a family where, due to various dramas, ends up the main character Ayako being locked away for 10 years in a cellar. And how, oh my god, screwed up she becomes because of it. How screwed up the family becomes because of it. And how it all plays out in the end. And it's Tezuka doing his darker side. And it's screwed up stuff, but he plays it pretty straight. And it's kind of like a, oh man, what craziness will they show us next? And it's a ride.
Spice and Wolf is mine.
Okay.
Spice and Wolf is good.
The manga got translated, started releasing this year. The light novel was late last year. I haven't read those yet, so I couldn't comment on the novels section.
But the manga's good.
The manga's really good, though. It really is. I can't wait to read more of it.
All right. Now finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. Probably not. But by God, you've listened this far, you might as well go for the full 9 yards. That's right. Your favorite anime guys of 2010.
Dum dum dum. That's a pretty hard question. I do have an answer.
I will take top 3. If you need a top 3.
I would say there's a top 3. I'm inclined to say both Star Driver and Gundam Unicorn, but neither of those are actually finished. And while I'm really enjoying like the first half of the Star Driver TV series and the first 2 episodes of Gundam Unicorn, and I don't think they're going to do this, but they could just totally fall apart in the last half. I hope they don't, because they're both awesome. But what I've seen all the way through, what aired and ended this year that I loved was Hero Man. Hero Man was awesome. Animated by Bones, co-created by like the President of Bones, and Stan Lee, who is a character in the anime.
Which is awesome.
Knowing
Stan Lee, that's actually not surprising that he made
Yes.
himself a character.
And I suspect him to really be voiced by Stan Lee when it gets an English language release. I really do. But it's set in Eagle Land, America. That's just totally it is the most awesomely stereotypical American version of America ever. Like it is so very much stereotypical, almost satirical portrayal of America.
That almost makes you want to see.
But in the
first
nicest
episode.
way possible. Like in our most positive image version of America. But it is about a kid who basically, due to magic alien space lightning, his little robot toy turns into a weird cross between Captain America, the Hulk, and Thor. And he fights evil. Mostly space aliens. Who are kind of, but not really, the Skrull.
So, is his toy a mecha or an actual character?
It's a mecha. I mean, it's a robot. I mean, Hero Man is very robotic. He doesn't really... He occasionally bellows, but he doesn't really talk.
Is he piloted or does he do himself?
No, he moves himself. Joey, the main character, controls him through like this gauntlet. The little robot's remote control turns into this gauntlet on his arm. And he can put commands through it. And although he's initially just the kid with the remote, Joey himself does start developing abilities through the course of the show. And he himself does kind of become a hero in the course of the series as well. That's kind of the theme of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Joey Jones. It does the Marvel illiterate naming thing. He has the jock at school as his rival, but the jock's sister is his love interest. It's fun. It is a weird hybrid of what I love in American superheroes and what I love in Japanese superheroes in one show. It's not a deep plot. It's a shonen series. It's a lot of fighting. It's probably aimed at a slightly younger teenage audience. But if you take it for what it is, it's fun. And the characters are pretty likable. And the show is overall very entertaining. And Hero Man has the best reaction image expressions ever. Every shot of his face is awesome.
I need to watch it.
They make great screen cap material.
All right, Brad.
Well, in no particular order, Ori no Emoto is obviously going to be one of the three.
I want to bone my stepsister, or
No,
half-sister,
it's nothing
or
like
real
that,
sister.
actually.
I don't remember.
Well, I was relieved to hear that it's not like that because I thought it was going to end up.
It's actually a good. It's probably the best anime and maybe only anime I can think of, or most prominent anime since Genshiken, that sort of takes a comic, introspective look at the anime fandom as it exists today. And it takes the form of this girl who likes eroge, who likes video games, who likes stupid moe crap anime on TV, and brags about DVD and Blu-ray editions and that sort of thing. and there's even cosplay in it.
Moe.
And makeup in it. So that's one thing that, even though you might not like it, it did stand out this year. The other one will probably the other two I'm going to mention. The first one's going to be High School of the Dead. And Basil's like, oh my god, I think I choked when he mentioned that. But
I kind of like High School of the Dead.
I really like that show. There aren't many shows that manage to combine comedy and horror, and manage to do that, and not in a scary movie type of way.
I could have used less fan service, but they're
fan
being
service is
true
what
to the
makes
manga.
Yes, and on top of that, the fan service is one of the things that makes that show stand out among horror shows.
That has actually what almost lost me with the show, but I did like the show.
That's your taste, and my taste is just different.
Yes.
The third one, and I think actually I said no particular order, but the one I enjoyed most this year was probably Angel Beats. Angel Beats aired, I think, the spring season of this year. Done by PA Works. I think they did, was it Clannad or Canon or something like that?
That one.
Clannad.
They have names that are too close that I can't tell them apart.
But they did an earlier cute moe kind of series, I think it was, like 2 or 3 years ago. And their work with Angel Beats, it did have a few flaws in inconsistencies when the TV series aired with like the dimensions and the drawings, but they corrected everything. It looks beautiful on Blu-ray. Angel Beats is basically a series about high school students that they're dead. But they're in this purgatory that's basically like that's the setting of a Japanese high school.
That's right. Purgatory is high school.
They're in that purgatory and they can't go to heaven and be reincarnated because they have regrets from their past life. And the whole series premise is basically all these individual characters that know each other, and the plot line goes so each character basically eventually resolves their one regret from their previous life. And another great thing about the series is that it has a band that is much better than After School Tea Time. And it wasn't known as an anime that actually, centers around this band, but I really like Girls Dead Monster. They even have like a soundtrack, I think, that's coming out in Japan that's got like all their tracks, and it's 10 times better than anything that.
So it's an anime.
That Moe Blob K-On puts out.
So it's an anime that didn't claim to be about a rock band, but actually had a rock band that performed more than the ones in K-On.
Yes, actually, and one of the characters, I believe, God, I forgot her name. Yui was the vocalist that came afterwards, but it was the one before that. I don't think her real name, I think, was like Lisa, but like, I'm trying to think. But anyway, one of her regret in life, I think, was that she couldn't perform on stage and get out her emotion like through her guitar in real life, and she finally managed to do that as part of this band on this acoustic song called My Song. And when that ended, she finally disappeared, and you saw the acoustic guitar just crash on the ground. And that's just one of the more meaningful type of disappearances or resolutions that you see in this anime. But the anime is basically full of that, and I just really liked it. I think almost anyone who watches it, watch past the first few episodes, you'll enjoy it. It's a great standalone series by itself.
I see.
All right. Well, that got me through half my beer.
I don't know if that was an insult or a compliment.
It's all right. Time to class this shit up. I'll take 3 as well, since we've taken 3. Well, actually, first Lee, you class this shit up.
Mine is a tie between Star Driver, which is all sorts of awesome, and my own personal favorite that you won't really get if you don't get into Super Robot Wars, or unless you're very patient and watch all of Divine Wars, is Super Robot Wars Original Generation, The Inspector, which is a great fan thing, mecha show with awesome characters.
It really is just, well, I don't know, I need to get someone who's not a fan to sit down and watch a couple episodes, but until that, I stand by a statement, you pretty much have to be a fan of the games to like it.
Yeah, pretty much. When Basil showed it at the mini-con, it was pretty much like, yeah, this is confusing, let's move on, because you can't really understand. But that's mine.
Once again, some small flaws with that kept it from being in my 3, and once again has a problem of it's not over yet.
Well, I'm
not expecting it to tank in the last half, but you never know. It could just completely turn into porn. Hobari could have his way with it. That would actually really turn me off.
Yeah, me too. Honorable mention goes to Panty and Stocking for something that I shouldn't like, but find amusing.
The last episode is one of those things where it's like kind of like Code Geass, where the second season I'm like, oh god, why am I watching this? And the last episode hit when, oh okay, oh that's why I was watching it. Alright, so it's pretty good. And then Panty and Stocking is one of those things where I always say, it's not so much a show that you watch, it's a show that you endure. Because there's amazing visuals, an amazing sense of just irreverent humor, and you can definitely tell all the directors and stuff are having fun just making this thing. They're having a blast just creating it. But it's steeped in poop jokes and sex jokes, and just really, the humor is so
crude.
As slick and as stylish as the show is, it's just as crude. And so it almost feels like it's always at odds with itself. But the ending is just so madcap and out there that it's something that only Gainax is one of those shows that feels that they can take crazy risks and be able to get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Kyoto Animations with another one. See Endless 8.
Yes, best.
That was a mistake in their case, I think.
But the ending to Penny and Stock of Garter Belt is crazy go nuts and in wonderful ways.
To be honest, you kind of expect that from Guy X.
You do not know what you're about to watch. I guarantee you will watch that last episode, tell me you expected that. You do it, and you tell, and come back to Hazel. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. You're not. You
I saw that coming from a mile away.
Anyways, my top 3 is first. I'm going to go with Kate or Narataki from Reverse Thieves with Giant Killing. Giant Killing is definitely, I always said, is my secret shame, as it were, anime to watch because it's my guilty pleasure. Because it's totally, straight up a sports soccer anime. But it's one of the neatest, interesting soccer animes I've seen in a long time. But you have to be a soccer fan to be able to really get into it. Because it really does get the nuts and bolts of its soccerness. Mostly because it was developed by a team of, coaches and other creators who all, knew soccer.
Wow.
And then the other one was, another one is Kuragahime, or known as a Jellyfish Princess.
Oh, that was a really good one.
Which is actually the show that's like Genshiken that really sheds a light onto Japanese culture. As this is a show about Fujoshi. And not just, anime, characters were like, I'm a girl, but like to buy Blu-ray box sets. I.e., a female character that's just acting like the male character so the guys have something to fantasize about. No. These are frickin' dyed-in-the-wool Fujoshi. They are freaks of nature, and they are awesome for it. You've got a girl who's into trains. You've got a girl who's into ancient Chinese history and refers to everything as ancient Chinese history. A girl who finds old men are sexy. Not just, middle-aged old men. I mean, with gray hair and possibly balding.
Like Swiss Gar and G-Milfs?
Yes. You've got a girl who is into dolls, and not actual, little traditional Japanese dolls that wear, kimonos and stuff.
Okay, not that creepy ball-jointed doll shit.
No, it's more traditional, Japanese dolls.
No offense intended to people who like the creepy ball-jointed dolls,
and
but
then
they're creepy.
The main character, who's her big thing, is Jellyfish.
Jellyfish, of course.
Because they remind her of her mother. And the fact that all girls can be princesses. And she finds out in the first episode, it doesn't matter if you're a girl or not, whether or not you can be a princess. And I'll leave it at that.
Well, that's a lesson I think we could all
that
learn.
First episode, wow.
Oh, that was a great episode.
But I think my favorite one will have to go to the Tatami Galaxy, which is a show that was directed by Masasaki Yuasa. Animated by Madhouse, so I know they could still do good work. As it's got you can definitely tell it was made by Japan, but it's almost got I don't want to say Warner Brothers, but a very cartoonish sense of animation to it. They just will do goofy, stretch and pull that you don't see normally out of anime. But it still very much looks like something the Japanese would make.
So, between House of the Dead and Tatami Galaxy, that's where all Madhouse's good animators were this year.
Which was one season, and they were left over with $5 to make an Iron Man with, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
But
what was the plot of this?
It follows a named third year university student in Kyoto, and he keeps talking about in each episode he tries to join a different club to find love, and he fails at it and therefore hates love, and then tries to wreck everyone's happiness. And he's constantly being driven by this other character named Ozu, who is sort of his dark conscious given human form, who's an actual person who's constantly encouraging him to do horrible things.
Wow.
And so it's pretty much them just trying to wreck people's shit. And then the last couple episodes takes everything what happened currently and then throws it on its head. And turns it around and you realize what it's actually just done to you. And you're like, oh, that's what that show's about. I feel that, M. Night Shyamalan could watch this show and take lessons.
What a twist!
I must watch this.
Because it does turn everything around. And then when you're done with the last couple episodes, you realize, oh, wow, that was way deeper than I thought it was going to turn out to be. And it's good stuff. It's really... And also, we'll tie in, like, they'll randomly, something crazy will happen out of nowhere. Like, and there's no way for that to actually have happened, so you sort of just ignore it. Mm-hmm. And then in the last couple episodes, there's actually a very logical and correct reason for all these things to happen. And then you're like, oh, okay. That makes sense. And it's good.
And what's the title one more time?
The Tatami Galaxy.
The Tatami Galaxy.
Far, far away.
I believe the whole thing, actually, I think can still be watched on Hulu, as it's the Neutemann block, or the animation block, just reversed, that Funimation had the digital streaming rights for.
Awesome.
Another really good show was A House of Five Leaves, which was another show during the same block.
I've heard good things about that
which is an awesome little samurai show. And so, yeah, that's almost 2 hours of us babbling about stuff from 2010, so...
I think that was a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked a lot.
That we recorded today.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is
in 2011.
Best episode of 2011 so far.
So far, it's by none.
Yes.
I don't know how we're going to top this.
Yes.
Until next time, when we talk about video games.
And maybe sports.
I'll give you a spoiler. Video games. Oops.
Here on the OSMcast.
No,
Now he does the out thing. There we go.
Okay, that other thing.
That's right.
The one I never actually make fun of.
I'm